So this is to my fellow conspiracy theorists, or as I say, truth believers, because we're not conspiracy, we're actually saying the truth, and we're not theorists because it actually happens. So to all the truth believers out there, I would say, what has gone wrong with you guys? You're totally blinded by anti-Semitism and racism. I've never seen anything like it. Let's go with when I started on my journey, which was the scamdemic. So there you had the media pumping out, it's going to kill half the world, it's really bad, and it's deadly, even though it was clear it was a 99.7% survival rate disease. We need to do lockdown. Never been proved to work, and so therefore absolutely useless and would ruin everything, the economy, everything. We knew that was rubbish, if they still did it. Masks, obviously absolutely stupid. Fauci goes it was useless and then said it's really useful. Never worked. Proven within 1 second it was useless, but they still went ahead with it. Anyway, so all the scamdemic for 2 years we went through. Then we went through obviously, that thing, the drug. It's not even. I'm not even going to say what they call it, the Maxine or whatever it is. It is actually just a drug, and we all knew that was deadly, untried, untested, 95% effective. Oh, it's not actually. I laughed, and as you can see, you can go on this channel and see what I said the day it was released. That it was a joke. There was no chance in heck it was going to be that effective. But it wasn't even. I thought it would be at least maybe 10% effective. It wasn't even that. It's absolutely useless and deadly. And so therefore, then we went to the net zero rubbish and the climate change joke and the the real inflation, but the inflation caused by the stupid printing of money that they won't tell you what's going on behind the scenes. And then you had obviously the fake net zero, which costs more to produce that green energy than it gives. So it's absolutely inefficient and incapable of meeting our needs. And we went through all of these, and all of them are plugged all day long by the MSM, the mainstream media. But there's one thing that's plugged by the mainstream media, and yet everyone believes. And what is that? Israel is an aggressor, killing poor, innocent Palestinian children. You can't, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, they are. The best was last week. Israel airstrikes a hospital, killing 500 people. 3 lies there. Obvious from Hamas, a terrorist organization. This came from Hamas. Within 5 seconds, all the main news organizations were spouting the same lies. CNN, BBC, MSNBC, all of them spouting these lies within 5 seconds. Right before anything was checked out, this is BBC with a verification and fact-checking department, right? So they went and within 5 seconds, and why is that? Because for 10 days they had to grit their teeth and annoyingly, frustratingly say, oh God, Israel, you did have a lot of people killed, but they're not terrorists. Remember, BBC won't call them terrorists. You had 1,500 people killed, not murdered. And we're not going to go into details, but don't take revenge and the poor Palestinians. Even then, they couldn't even do anything, but there was nothing to show for that. So then the second the big lie came out, they were all on it. Israel airstrikes a hospital, killing 500. Well, it was actually Islamic Jihad, a terrorist organization, same as Hamas. They're the same thing, they just use different names to do everything. It wasn't a hospital, it was the hospital car park. The hospital's still standing completely fine. And the AFP have confirmed that it's between 10 to 50 people dead. So nowhere near the amounts. And yet when we look at that, no one can say, look at that lie that they tried to sell, and it was completely false. So all the other lies, such as 2,500 people have died in Gaza so far, is 100% lie, because it's only been Hamas is the people giving you those numbers. Now, it is mind-boggling that people like us who can see through the MSM, we can see through their lies, we can see everything they sell us is a lie, and yet when they sell you this, Israel is a human rights violator and the poor Palestinians, and they're crying with the dust on them, and you can't seem to see through that lie either. That's what I find so incredible. And so I call it out to everyone. There's very few real, therefore, hardcore, um, again, truth seekers like us. We've got Douglas Murray, GB News has been fantastic, and people, and Tommy Robinson. But all the rest, wow. Andrew Tate, obviously, well, he's Muslim, so obviously he's going to go to that side. Tucker Carlson, absolutely shocking. Candace, shocking. They just love it. Why? Because it's just anti-Semitism. It's just in, but they cannot deal with it. They cannot deal with the fact. They don't care what the truth is. They just care about hating Jews. And so, you guys, if you're a real truth seeker, I would urge you to please wake up and realize this is the same lies that they've sold. I originally, by the way, even before the scandemic, I always said to my friends, how can you believe the news when you know what they're reporting about Israel is 100% lie? You know, the BBC and all the newspapers and the New York Times, 100% lies. So you know their lies there. Why do you think they're not lying in everything else? Now, that was always at the back of my mind. But after the scandemic, obviously, I knew the whole thing. I said to you, even the weather I don't trust. Even the weather I don't trust, because they lie about that as well to suit their narrative of climate change or whatever. So there's nothing for them to believe, yet you believe all their lies about Israel. Absolutely incredible. Guys, time to look into your hearts and see what's really pushing the narrative in yourself.